Colette's attention was fixed on a nearby review screen, on which the camera feed was playing in real time. Even just fiddling with his phone, Antoine looked good. Fit. Muscular. Pete made a mental note to do some weightlifting the next time he was at the gym. He cleared his throat in case she hadn't heard him approach. "What's up?" "Where's your head at?" Colette asked without preamble. He folded his arms across his chest. "What do you mean? Was I not good?" He gave her a surreptitious once-over, trying to gauge if he was in for a scolding. He didn't know much about his boss, except that she'd been in the biz for decades, and she suffered exactly 0 fools. She was dressed casually in jeans and a pink sweater, and she twisted her blonde hair up into a cute, messy bun. Wearing street clothes was always a good idea at Murmur Inc. They had no dress code to speak of, and anyone who spent time on a porn set ran the risk of, well, the term splash zone came to mind. Her demeanor matched her relaxed attire, thankfully. Maybe he'd be spared. Colette answered, "You were fine. In fact, I'd almost call you convincing." "Almost?" She considered him. He fought a strong desire to shield himself with his hands. "When I said you weren't the issue, I was being generous. I've worked with you long enough to know when you're not giving it your all." Damn. He thought he'd put on a pretty good show. "What do you mean? I moaned in all the right places, and—" "Is it your costar?" She interrupted. "Not doing it for you?" He glanced at Antoine. He was shorter than Pete, but cut like marble, with gorgeous bone structure and legs that declared a love of jogging. "No, he's attractive. I think we can both agree on that. I'm just used to a little more professional courtesy." "Ah, so he's not flirting with you? I noticed you two weren't talking much. That's never a good sign." "Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's not like it's a requirement, but having sex with a complete stranger is easier if they at least pretend to like you. Helps to grease the wheels, so to speak." Colette nodded. "I get it. I remember that from back in my day. So, is that all it is? You two don't have chemistry?" "That must be it." Pete pretended to survey the set, hoping she'd lose interest. It didn't work. "You know, this isn't exactly a new occurrence. You're normally one of my better actors, but you've seemed distracted in the past few films I've cast you in. Even when you hit it off with your co-stars, the energy is never quite right. Is there something else going on?" "No." Pete unfolded his arms, hoping to look less defensive, but that left him with nothing to do with his hands. His fingers itched for a cigarette. He prayed he didn't look as maladroit as he felt. "What could be going on?" "You tell me. Something with school? Or your mom?" She looked at him sidelong. "Maybe you've got a new boyfriend on your mind?" At that, Pete burst out laughing. Colette glowered. "Laugh all you want, but I've lost some of my best actors to love. It happens." Pete wheezed. "Not to me. See, to have a boyfriend, I'd have to actually speak to a man without falling all over myself." "You manage pretty well when you're on camera." "That's different. That's Jaden talking." Colette made a rude noise. "I don't have time to play counselor. I have a lot of bland footage to painstakingly edit until it looks like you and Loverboy over there are doing more than flopping half-heartedly against each other. But for the record, dating is seldom easy for people like us, introverted or not." Pete couldn't help but quip. "Us? You haven't starred in a film in, what, 2 decades?" "I don't mean porn stars, Jaden." She swept her hand around the room in a broad gesture. "I mean the men, women, and variations thereupon of the adult entertainment industry. You think anyone at Murmur Inc. has an easy time with relationships? Newsflash, dating involves getting to know one another, and eventually people ask what you do for a living. Just picture it. Hi, I'm Joe, and I spend my days having phone sex with strangers. Or better yet, my name's Kim, and I masturbate in front of a webcam for money. That tends to cut first dates short." "Well, you don't have to worry about me. My complete lack of allure has ensured I'm not going to steal someone's heart anytime soon." Colette looked beseechingly heavenward. "Like I would let you star in so many of my films if you weren't attractive. You may not have the same appeal as Antoine the Chiseled, but lots of people are into the baby-faced, big-eyed twink thing you have going on. Plus, you're tall." "Wow." Pete deadpanned.